I love singing and dancing. Hiya, folks.
Hey, handsome.
You looking for some rotten cotton?
I'm a woman. That's okay.
Yeah, that's even better.
Got a good time for you.
You two are the most decorated officers in this department. What do you see?
Looks like a robbery gone wrong to me.
This wasn't a robbery, this was a hit.
What the?
Someone out there is killing puppets.
Jerry,
What?
have a little respect for the dead.
I missed lunch.
We're gonna catch the bastards who did these murders. Because bodies are gonna start piling up.
You're one of the best damn cops I've ever seen.
Oh, well, you're no bag of shit yourself.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say thank you to that.
Cop, good cop, where is your dignity? Where's your empathy? Where is your sympathy? Bad cop.
If shit gets crazy, I'm gonna go crazy as shit.
It's not just a fantasy.
God, are you all right?
I ruptured my hymen.
This pure ecstasy.
I'm not doing this.
Do it.
Oh, sorry about your dead human friend, Phillips.
That is good shit.
Is Phil in?
He's servicing a client.
Is that what I think it is?
Well, what do you think it is?
Happytime Murders.
Welcome in, everybody. You missed your cue. I was
did.
watching Bill's hand.
I know. I jumped the gun.
That's all right, Liam. It's a bonus episode. Welcome in, everybody, to a bonus episode of That Movie Show. Mike Wendt Liam Stryker, Bill Neville behind the board and cueing us when you see when he's like this and then he goes like that.
Yeah, because he keeps our mics muted until it's time to go.
That's what a producer does.
Unlike that wrestling show.
Like, the professionals.
Yeah, like those professionals.
People are getting paid to do this shit.
Hey, at least your mic's on, right?
There you go. And yeah, well, there is that too. Having a microphone on during a show.
Mine was on the whole time and yours never was.
Never was. Luckily, I can project my voice.
Yeah.
We are covering the Happytime Murders.
Yeah. So there have been two movies that I've been extremely excited to see.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them so far have been disappointments.
Happytime Murders is obviously one of them. We'll get the second one in a second. It was released this past Friday, August 24th. Had a budget of $47 million. The weekend box office is coming in around $10 million. For a contrast, the second weekend of Crazy Rich Asians took in $25 million more.
Yeah.
So they are already been out. This is their second weekend. They made 25 this weekend.
Yeah.
Bringing their totals to around 76.8 million in 2 weekends.
Yeah.
Happytime Murders, an unfortunate 10 million.
That
In my theater, what I saw it Saturday afternoon. So second day. In the afternoon, it was like 3:30 showing. I was one of 7 people.
Yeah, we saw it at a 10:30 showing, and there
AM or PM?
PM.
PM.
And there on a Friday or Saturday, Saturday night.
It must have been Saturday because we were texting.
Yeah, Saturday, and we maybe had 12.
And you were 3 of them.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm guessing. If you want to see it in the theaters, this would be the week to do it.
Yeah,
because I don't see it.
It's
lasting.
not.
It's going to hit on demand and DVD real quick.
Yeah.
It stars Melissa McCarthy, Maya Rudolph, Joel McHale, Elizabeth Banks, and 125 of the foulest mouth puppets you'll ever find. Written by Todd Berger. Produced and directed by Brian Henson, son of Jim Henson, who, of course, created The Muppets. Brian also directed The Muppet Christmas Carol, Muppet Treasure Island, and a couple episodes of Muppets Tonight. So he's been in the Muppet family. I mean, not just being the son, but...
So now this is why I was so excited. One, Muppet Christmas Carol is probably... I do love The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Muppet Treasure Island, also a huge favorite of mine.
I'm very partial to Muppets Take Manhattan.
Muppets Take Manhattan is another good one. But I heard that this was the plan was to have this offshoot of the Muppets that, you go,
Get it up.
could be like raunchier and dirtier.
Well, they do. I actually did a little research because if you noticed at the beginning of it when they're doing the credits, and there was like 15 companies that were involved in this, Henson Alternative was one of the logos. So, of course, you do a little bit of Googling, and there is an offshoot company to the Jim Henson family that has been doing adult-oriented Muppet movies, or puppet movies in this case, since 2006 was their first one.
Yeah.
So they've been doing this for over 10 years.
Right, and so this was going to be the biggest theatrical release of all of them.
A lot of them were made for TV type movies and short films and stuff like that. Some were actually like TV shows or like running series and stuff. But yeah, this was the big one.
Right.
This was their hope. Their hope to, and you could tell by the way it's like they were hoping for a franchise out of this shit.
Right, or at least
a sequel,
a studio.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I think that's what it was.
There was at least the hope that there was a market for something like this.
Right, because that's what it was. Is there an offshoot company that could be here where, there are rated adult Muppet movies? Because at its core, and we'll talk about the Muppet movie in a different episode.
Yeah, actually next week.
Next week, right? And so we'll talk about that, but it carries the same tone and beats that the Muppet movie does, and most Muppet movies do.
Right.
It has the same sensibility as a classic Jim Henson Muppet production.
Right.
The issue is that it doesn't have the same charm.
No, it didn't. And once I think we do a few minutes here on spoiler free, just in case anybody's worried about spoilers on this movie. But we'll do that just because that's the.
I don't
world
think
we live
anybody
in.
wanted to see it.
Well, that's kind of part of the problem. I mean, 22% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't really believe in Rotten Tomatoes, but for what it's worth,
I don't either.
But 10 million at the box office.
Yeah, people didn't want to see
it.
it.
Empty theaters, not a great reception. My feeling. And this, as soon as I walked out of the theater, I thought two things. First of all, somebody dropped blueberries on the back of my car, and I just thought, oh, wow, a puppet just came all over my car.
That's pretty funny.
But the second thing I thought was every single one of the funniest jokes in the movie we've seen multiple times because they were all in the red band trailer.
Right.
Now, the trailer Bill ran at the beginning was the green band trailer.
Correct.
And today was the first time I saw that. That's how big and how wide the red band trailer was. I saw it before Deadpool 2.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
you texted it to me, and then like a couple hours later, all of a sudden, everybody on social media was throwing it up. I saw it a few days later at Deadpool 2. The red band trailer was really what they were trying to sell this movie on.
Right.
I think the green band trailer would have sold it a lot better because there was a little bit of cursing, but also a little bit of funny.
The silly string scene wasn't in it.
Exactly. The big payoff ones weren't there. So I feel, because sitting there in the theater, I laughed my balls off. The first time I watched the trailer, I watched it probably 6 times in a row.
Yeah, because it's hilarious.
Laughed my balls off.
Yeah.
Seeing those scenes in the theater now 3 months later.
Yeah.
4 months later, maybe? When did Deadpool come out? April, May?
Yeah, it came
around
out
there
after Infinity War.
It was like 2-3 weeks after Infinity War, so about 3 months now. I'm like, yeah, that's funny,
right?
But I'm not laughing because I've already got all my laughs out on that exact scene. It's not even like they showed snippets in the trailer.
Right,
it was the whole fucking scene.
Yeah, it was. It was bad.
So they were plagued by marketing, even to the point that the day before, on last Thursday, their official YouTube page released another trailer spoofing the For Your Consideration type campaigns.
Okay.
And it showed the twist ending.
Oh.
And the cow scene that we'll get to.
Yeah, so there was no point in doing this movie.
You literally have paid off everything.
Yeah, there's literally nothing.
All the jokes, the twist ending.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Not that it was a huge twist, but fuck, man. Save something for the people that are going to pay money.
Right. It was, the whole thing was just kind of poorly conceived because I do not think that the whole movie was well plotted out.
Well, the production, it's been in production for over 10 years.
Right, and that's the problem because I heard about it when I was at Attack of the Show.
Okay.
That's when I first heard about
2008 it was announced.
Yeah, and so it was
it's gone through a lot of different companies. Lionsgate had it for a hot minute.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz was the first one offered the role.
Right.
She dropped out. Katherine Heigl picked it up.
Oh.
She dropped out.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
That's probably the only person I would like to see less than Melissa McCarthy.
In 2015, it was picked up by STX Entertainment, who actually released it.
Yeah.
It was punched up for script revisions. Jamie Foxx was attached to it.
Yep.
And then 2017, Melissa McCarthy signed on, and not only as the star, but also uncredited rewrites.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Elizabeth Banks, Maya Rudolph, Bill Beretta, who the puppeteers were flawless.
Yeah.
Technically, this movie worked.
Well, technically, this movie worked very, very well. The issue where it lacks is in its story, right? Because
it's Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Right, but there.
Can we do spoilers now?
Yeah.
Bill, spoiler horn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Spoilers.
I wanted
Spoilers.
to
Turn away now.
Before we set up. I completely
Was Zordon
spaced.
doing that?
Attention, Rangers.
Spoiler.
Spoilers, Zordon.
That's so much better than because I was going to say, oh, get the Scott Steiner song, but that's so much better.
Yeah, it was way better.
Okay, so it's the premise and the story and the plot of Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Right.
basically.
The only issue is that with a lot of these type of movies, they don't flush out the world enough. Like I think that they should have. Why does everybody hate puppets? Why are they the black people of the 1950s?
Well, I mean, it has to hate somebody.
Right.
It's 2018. You can't hate black people anymore.
Yeah, no, I know.
You can't do that trope, especially not a movie set in current day.
Yeah, right.
If the movie was
Right.
set, movies like
was
Django do get made.
There was just a level of racism that.
Yeah, sure.
And I just
I didn't mind that so
there was
much.
no explanation for it.
Yeah, but I think it's kind of implied that's just it is what it is. Even to the point somebody who was it? Oh, the studio it wasn't the studio head.
Yeah.
Claims to have puppet slaves.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, yes, we get it.
Yeah.
We know what they're trying to do. And honestly, for the story, I was okay with it. I wasn't reading too fucking deep into it.
No, but that's
it's
not
a
what
puppet movie.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that like the Muppet movie, right? Like the Muppet and all of them, like all of them are good movies that have these puppets in them.
Yeah.
This movie relied too heavily on the gross out factor of like, well, look at this puppet saying fuck.
Well, okay, that's a whole other issue. This is I said it upstairs actually. It got to Logan proportions.
Yeah,
where they basically said, okay, we have an R-rated movie. Not just the puppets. Everyone is going to say fuck in every third word.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that scene between Melissa McCarthy and the crab and the alligator.
Yeah.
Where they just went back and forth. Fuck you, no fuck you. It was like a child argument.
Right.
And that was kind of their go-to. It wasn't like they weren't clever or witty with the banter.
No.
It was just fuck you, no fuck you, no fuck you. It's like,
And that's
it.
And that's the problem is that there wasn't anything behind it aside from the one note joke of like, these puppets are going to be dirty.
Right.
Because it seemed like it was a bunch of puppeteers that have the outtakes that they can't show you on Muppet Treasure Island where Kermit tells Miss Piggy that they're going to go fuck.
Right.
And it's just like everybody laughs and it's so funny, but they can never put that in the movie, but everybody's just like, you know what we should do? We should make that movie. And
I would love to see a Netflix special of Fozzie the Bear, the insult comic, dropping the C-bomb all over the place.
Right.
I would love that.
Right. It's just we don't live in that world.
We don't, unfortunately. But yeah. Okay. So, but once you get past it, there is still a movie behind it.
Yeah.
It's a crime caper.
Yep.
Set very much in the 50s noir.
Yeah.
Where the lead character Phil Phillips is a disgraced ex-cop.
Correct. Turned private eye.
Of course, he's a private eye.
Yeah.
Because nobody works at Home Depot anymore.
No. Except for ex-CIA agents.
Exactly.
So, come on, get it right.
That's true. The Equalizer is in our archives, newagencinsiders.com. Okay, so he's met with his new client.
Yes.
Something White, Angela White. Is it Angela White?
Angela White,
Angela White, I think. Okay, and immediately, like, my brain was just like, okay, here's the fuck scene.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
They waited a beat.
Yeah, they waited a beat, and they set it up.
They did set it up. But that brings us to, she puts him on the case.
Yeah.
And it brings us to our first set piece, and while I didn't see, like I said, I didn't see the For Your Consideration trailer until after I saw the movie.
Right.
So this was really the one big, holy shit, laughing when Phil Phillips goes investigating his case to a porn shop.
Yeah.
And the owner of the porn shop is making his own footage because the internet's just killing him.
Yeah.
So he has to create his own content. And what was jerking off a cow?
A squid?
A squid? Yeah. Because there's 8 udders, so 8 hands, and it's just cow cum everywhere.
Yeah, just milk everywhere.
It was just, and it wouldn't stop.
No.
Like the entire, probably what, 6-7 minute scene?
Right.
That cow is just milking.
Yeah. Oh, it was
There's a
very
phrase
funny.
you didn't think you'd hear down in this podcast, did you, Bill?
Oh my God, I was laughing so
It
hard.
was so
7 minutes
funny.
of a cow just milking. Gross.
Oh God. Oh God.
We're also introduced to our first of the Happytime gang, not Bean Bunny, but what's his name? Floppy Rabbit or some shit?
Yeah, something
Something along those lines. I can't keep all the names straight.
Oh,
The hell was that?
somebody was mooing.
Oh,
It's like, what?
Jesus.
What in God's name was that noise?
Somebody was.
My headphones aren't working.
Yeah.
Okay, so he goes in the back to get some intel on his case, whatever.
Yeah.
And the bad guy,
Yes.
the mysterious bad guy,
Yeah.
shows
The
up and
cloaked
shotguns
figure.
the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah, and there's so much fluff everywhere.
There's so much cotton flying around. It's kind of humorous.
It is kind of humorous.
Including killing Bean Bunny.
Yeah. And then that's when we find out that it was a hit.
Yep.
Because
he left the money.
He left the money. He wasn't there. And so Phil Phillips, we're introduced to the weird cop dynamic between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also weird that it was only told through flashback. The story.
Their story, you mean?
Their story. Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy and Phil Phillips. Melissa
Yeah.
McCarthy's character, I'll get in a second. Edwards, I think?
Yeah, Edwards. And they were partners, and he was the first puppet detective, and then they ended up, not working out because he shot somebody. And
Well, they set him up as, this unbelievable marksman.
Right.
Doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Until a puppet has Melissa McCarthy at gunpoint. He's, holding her
Right.
hostage.
Right.
And it's like a Mexican standoff. And Phil misses.
Yep.
Ricochets off, kills a pedestrian.
Yes.
Melissa McCarthy gets shot by the puppet.
Right.
She has to turn and then kill the puppet.
Yes.
But then they have to take her to the hospital.
But they have to take her to a puppet hospital.
A puppet hospital.
So she has a puppet liver.
And they put, a puppet liver in her. She then testifies against Phil.
Yes.
And thus making the Phillips Accord, I think it was called, or maybe I'm just getting Avengers confused. But so basically that no puppet can ever be a police officer again because
they don't shoot each other.
Puppets don't shoot puppets.
Yeah. Which the weirdest part about all of that is by the time that's revealed in the movie,
the whole story played out in very short snippets of that flashback.
Right.
I sped it up because we're only doing this for half an hour.
Yeah, we're not spending a ton of time on this. But the issue that I have with this is, so in the porn shop, everybody gets blown to bits.
Right.
Where are any of the intestines?
What do you mean?
If this woman has a puppet liver.
Oh, you read way too much into that. Don't pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
See, and again, I don't have a problem with these type of things.
You would have liked like almost like stuffing intestines to just come out.
But not even that.
Well, to their credit, they did get shot in the head.
Yeah, but his brother gets ripped apart.
There is that.
His brother gets ripped apart.
I got a chuckle out of that one.
That was very funny.
The real dogs ripping apart because they set up in the beginning at the bus stop.
I don't have a chew. I'm not made of a chew toy.
Dogs think they're chew toys, so the maniac, we'll call him at first.
Yeah.
Lets four dogs
into and they're also like tiny dogs.
Yeah, yes, little fucking chihuahuas.
But again, this is my issue with the movie is that it could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the type of things that if you paid attention to those details would have made it better.
If they made like puppet guts.
Puppet guts.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
It wouldn't have saved it.
No, it wouldn't have.
It still would have made $10 million.
Yeah.
Puppet guts wasn't going to make or break this movie.
No, but I'm saying is that attention to detail.
Sure.
Because it doesn't feel like there was any attention to detail.
I would have rather they paid more attention to the script than the puppet guts.
And that's
personally.
But that's what I'm
I
talking
know, it's all
about.
related.
It's all related.
So we gather that his brother, Phil Phillips' brother, was part of this Happytime gang, which was basically like a
Sesame Street Full
Sesame
House.
Street-esque variety kids Saturday morning show.
Yeah.
Okay, that was very popular at its time. And he's convinced now that it's a hit on the Happytime gang.
Yes.
So they're trying to round him up.
Yes.
The brother getting ripped apart by the dogs. I laughed at that one.
It was very funny.
That and the cow were the two big laughs for me. I'm like, wow, they're really going for this ripping apart by dogs thing.
Oh,
and because it's a puppet, well, you can just show the whole damn thing. Usually, like if it was a person, they have to cut away from that a bunch of times.
Oh yeah, ugh, gross. And you just see like a face.
But yeah, so the Happytime gang is being stalked now by this psychopath.
Right.
Phil is on the case.
And he's forced to be on the case as a consultant.
And he's forced, obviously, as you do, to be partners with Edwards, Melissa McCarthy.
Right.
Because, conflict.
Yeah. Conflict,
drama. And
how could they ever get along?
Oh my God. It's like terrible.
Well, the word, and then it also makes no sense because it's like the drama. Yeah, you know what? We got a half hour. Let's just go.
Yeah, let's just keep going with it. But the bitch of it is for Phillips is he is showing up to these murders before the cops, or he's already there when it happens.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden,
you realize very quickly that they're setting him up.
Clearly, especially when prick FBI agent Joel McHale shows up.
Yeah, which was great.
Very funny, very plucky, and as you do.
Yeah, as you do.
He is on his ass the whole time.
Yeah.
And this is where we get the big fucking in the office scene.
Yeah.
Which, yes, we saw all of in the trailer.
In the red band.
Yeah.
Right.
Still funny.
Yeah.
Still a funny moment. Maya Rudolph was the sleeper star of this movie.
No, Bubbles was great.
Yeah,
She
Bubbles was great.
Awesome.
In that relationship that pays off at the end for no fucking reason.
Right. Yeah, but you could see that from day one. I'm like, oh, they're going to fuck.
Yeah.
I saw that shit from Jump Street. The second he showed up and she's just all like,
oh
Mr. Phillip, Mr. Boss, Mr. Day. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting balls deep in that one. He's going felt.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So we get the fucking scene that we all saw in the trailer.
Yep.
Including the silly string and my favorite line of the movie, even when it, even though I didn't laugh this time, but like I said, I watched it 6 times, laughed harder every time with the I'm lightheaded. I'm lightheaded. I'm like, and all of a sudden
yes. She's cleaning up with Windex and then it falls on his shoulder.
Hilarious. The cutaways, it was funnier in the other room.
Yeah.
It's just two puppets fucking. Funny for a few seconds, but their reaction, Joel McHale, the guy from The Office, and Maya Rudolph just sitting there just disgusted, and she's just, this is an everyday occurrence.
This happens all the time.
She's got her rag and her Windex all ready to go.
Yeah, gotta clean those windows.
Oh my God. And yes, they have to clean up. But he escapes.
Yes.
Because they're there to arrest him.
Right.
So he's like, oh, yeah, let me just, zip my pants up, put my felt away, and get the fuck out of here. And he hightails it back to McCarthy's place.
Right.
We find out that she is a sugar addict.
Yes, because
sugar is the drug of puppets.
Yes, and so she's, which is, again, weird. Why?
It's fun. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Right. Again, this is the thing. Everything is just surface.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
But again, everything on this movie is just surface, and that's why it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just on, everything's on the surface. If you dig deep at all, there's no substance to anything, and it falls apart.
So you wanted an origin story for the sugar.
I just wanted an explanation.
I need at least a 4-episode Netflix arc on the sugar, sugar epidemic in Puppet Town.
I just need to know why.
Okay.
Why? Like at no point do they say why.
Well, unfortunately, $10 million means you're not going to see why.
No, I know.
They're not going to be able to pay that shit off.
No, they're definitely not.
But she, because of her puppet liver, she is also a sugar addict.
Yeah, she's like drinking maple syrup.
That was one of the funnier parts, where she's pouring herself a drink of maple syrup with Maya Rudolph there.
Yeah.
One of the guys on the Happytime Gang show is like basically the leader of the underworld now.
Yeah.
So you go to his fucking hideout with all his bad guys and all that shit.
Yeah, and she kicks the crap out of all of them, which is pretty funny.
Does some purple pixie blow.
Yeah.
Again, still a funny scene.
Right.
Still a very funny scene. The fuck me, maybe, still got a laugh out of me.
Yeah.
Even though it was the 8th time I've seen it. But the more it went on, that scene did get funnier. The stuff where she was defending the two hookers, because the big guy kept using the word bitch, and she just went completely off on the word bitch and started defending the two women there.
Right.
That whole scene got fun for a few seconds because it was new.
Right.
It was fresh content.
Yes, it was.
Imagine that. There was like 40% of this movie I already seen.
Yeah, I know.
So we're now on the chase for Elizabeth Banks.
Yes.
She's a stripper, as you do.
Yep.
when your movie career dies up or TV career,
you become a stripper. Right. And then you're in with the other puppet. She gets blown up.
Yep.
And they were in love. And so it's like super heartbreaking.
Yep.
But that only brings down that there's only 2 of them left.
Yes, the inbreeders.
The inbreeders.
The 2 first cousins who got married and had a bunch of kids. So McCarthy and Phillips hightail it out to their compound in the middle of fucking nowhere. This was actually another good scene.
Yeah.
Because it was new.
Right, because it was new. They also assumed that it was them because they were the only ones left and they'd get all the money.
And who was it that kept saying Floppy or the one that McCarthy finds all fucked up and
and then he ends up they literally ring him out.
Yeah, he kept saying it's the wife, it's the wife, it's the wife, it's the wife.
Right.
So that led them to say, oh well, they were the only 2 that's married.
Right.
Must be them. And yeah, when he gets killed, they ring him out like a towel.
His name was Goofer.
Goofer. Thank you.
Goofer.
Oh God.
Goofer. Yeah. Good character. Good development. So they go out to the compound. They find the 2 mutant kids because of inbreeding.
And they're just screaming.
They're just standing in a corner facing a wall, Blair witching it out, just screaming their asses off.
In a mirror.
And one has 1 eye, one has 3 eyes.
Yeah. Oh.
It's just, and they're like, yeah, we're calling child services. Oh, the cousin shouldn't fuck.
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
So you shouldn't swim in your own gene pool.
Oh, and they find them dead.
And they find them dead.
They find the cousins dead.
Yeah.
That's right. They were all chopped up in their bed.
Yeah, and then they get arrested.
Because the FBI shows up.
And it's finally another murder for the Happytime people. So Phil Phillips gets...
He's number 1 suspect.
Yeah, number one.
Number one with a bullet.
Yeah, so then they arranged this weird thing where they're going to get him out by just stabbing him, or... She shoots him. She shoots him, and then they're gonna go in the hospital.
Yeah.
And they use the classic line of, "Does this smell like chloroform to you?"
Oh my God, I love that line. The first time I think I heard that line was Sudeikis in Hall Pass.
Yeah.
When it was just a montage of pickup lines, and he has the bar napkin. He goes, "Does that smell like chloroform?
Does this smell like chloroform to
I
you?"
pissed my pants. That was fucking awesome.
It was very funny.
Not used in the same way in this one. He was trying to rape women. But that's another movie.
Yeah.
Probably won't get to.
No.
Hall Pass is underrated, I think. Anyway, so in the interrogation scene, which we passed over, but just quickly, I forget her first name. What White? Alexander White? Sandra White. So Phil Phillips' client that he fucked and silly stringed all over is in the other interrogation room.
Right.
And she's basically framing him up.
Yeah,
she's doing a full stitch-up job and does the basic instinct where she opens up her legs, has a beautiful bush of purple snatch.
Yeah.
And... Of course, Melissa McCarthy comments, "Oh, well, it's kind of rare to see purple hair on a puppet."
Yeah.
I didn't think so, but cool. That's a plot point. And then, of course,
flashback.
Flashback to the moment where Phil Phillips misses.
Yeah, shoots.
Ricochets off, kills the pedestrian. The pedestrian's daughter is standing with her, and she has purple hair.
Right, and then it's, oh no.
Mind blown.
Right. The twist was good. The twist was fun. I mean, you didn't
see it coming, but you weren't looking for it either. Let's be honest.
Right.
This wasn't fucking Sixth Sense or anything.
Yeah,
You're like, whoever ends up killing people, I don't give a shit.
Well, because they didn't harp on that aspect of it, and I did think that was well executed.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't harp on the daughter.
Right.
Like a lot of people would have harped on the daughter.
Sure.
She just was it was played as if she was just there for like emotional, like, oh my God, you feel bad that this random puppet dies.
Why he becomes Eddie Valiant.
Right. You know what I mean? And so
alcoholic PI.
Right. And so it feels like it's just like that's the guilt, and then you don't realize, but it's just like, oh, she's been murdering all these people because she hates him.
Right. So because he's locked up, Maya Rudolph and Melissa McCarthy go and try to find some evidence. They go to her house. They go to Sandra's house.
They find all of it.
They find literally every piece of evidence and then some.
Yeah, right.
But again, we get another scene with Bubbles, so all is good. This scene works in every level.
Oh, and it's also really funny that they end up accidentally setting the whole thing on fire. And then Melissa McCarthy has to explain to him that we had all of the evidence.
We had it.
But that it was burned.
But we literally incinerated it.
Yeah.
Also, Bubbles is a master locksmith.
Yeah.
Just calm down. The Hyman line, I didn't like it in the trailer.
No.
Don't like it now. It seemed very forced.
Well, it seems very Melissa McCarthy.
Yes, exactly. When she punched up the script, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, we get it. You're a chick.
Hymen is just, it's not a funny word.
Yeah.
Sorry. No. I don't know. Maybe women find it funny.
Maybe.
Tweet us.
Isn't that like a virginity thing anyway?
Yeah, it is.
That's stupid. Why is it in there?
I don't know. Well, maybe she's a virgin. You don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
judge her.
2018.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, except
damn.
for her creepy looking husband that's in every movie she's in, including this one.
I was going to say, he was the guy that when she gets fired and says, I should have fucked you.
Yes, that's her
And he
husband.
just looks around and goes, "It's not too late.
It's not too late. He's like, what? It is. It's not too late.
It's not too late."
So they got all the evidence, lost all the evidence, break him out with a weird, convoluted plan.
Yeah. Steal the ambulance.
Get to the airport.
Right. And then
And now there's the standoff. She's
Right.
got two big-ass suitcases the size of her, which we assume has $10 million because that's how royalties work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a private jet. And
They're
there's
going to Bermuda, Barbados.
Sure.
I don't know.
wherever. It's a B word with palm trees. And
Yeah.
so he's got her. He's got her at gunpoint. He's ready to fucking rock and roll.
Yeah. Dead to rights. And then
the reveal.
Yeah.
This was the twist that was shown in the last trailer.
Oh, that's
that Elizabeth
unfortunate.
Banks comes out, not dead, new hair, still married to the broad.
Yeah.
Because that was what we found out, was that they were actually married. So she was the
wife. She was the wife.
She was the one killing that Goofer was talking about.
Yeah, not the cousins.
Not the cousin fuckers. And yeah, so now we have to knock out Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
Security starts dragging Phil Phillips away.
Right.
She makes a break for the plane. Melissa McCarthy gets on the plane looking for her. She spider monkeys the shit out of her.
We get into the exact same predicament. The only thing that was missing from that was there should have been another father and daughter couple somewhere close to there. Like right in the standoff, just to like hammer home that it's the same setup.
Yeah. Like just sitting there just waiting for their
Yeah.
plane, eating popcorn or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. Just because it would have been funny.
Right.
But
Callback.
As
So
you
yeah.
do.
So she brings Melissa McCarthy out onto the tarmac, gun to head. Phillips has a gun,
He's
pointing
got
it at her. Need a shot, don't got a shot. Need a shot, take a shot, don't got a shot. Take a shot.
Got it.
Got her.
Yeah.
Dead.
And she did.
And we have a good chuckle.
Yep.
Weird.
Yeah.
They make some cracks about her clothes,
Yep.
including saying too soon.
Yeah, right.
And then we get the wrapping up.
Yeah, they're all sitting there and they're making fun of him, and the Phillips is going to be a police officer again.
The captain comes up, the guy from The Office, who I don't know his name. Not the one that called me an asshole. That was Oscar. But so he's like, yeah, we're going to try to appeal the judge and get the Phillips Accord taken away. And hopefully, God willing, here's your badge that I've been hanging on to. Don't they just recycle fucking badge numbers? I mean, I know a lot of cops. They don't just keep their number for life.
I don't know.
Yeah, they recycle that shit. That's always been a bullshit trope in movies.
Sure.
Leslie David Baker. That's who I've been talking about this whole time.
Stanley
from The Office. Yes, thank you. He's the lieutenant in this movie. Joel McHale gets his final send off.
Yep.
Where he what was
Asshole
playing?
says what?
What song was he playing? That got a laugh out of me. The song that was playing in his car.
Was
when
it Barbie Girl?
Yeah, I think it was something along that line.
Yeah.
So he gets, and the asshole says, "What is a running gag throughout the whole thing?" He keeps falling for it. We get the scene from the trailer where he says, "I'm heading." He very forcibly, just to get this last joke out, says, "I'm heading back to the FBI."
Yeah.
What's that mean? Fucking big idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Waka waka. And
Waka.
yeah, I think roll credits.
Yeah, roll credits on that, and then it's they sing a song.
They did. Yeah, the music video was kind of fun and cute.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes stuff they showed during the credits I thought was very interesting.
Yeah, always well done.
I find that stuff always cool. Actually, today I watched, there was a 5-minute just behind the scene B-roll stuff of them just making the movie and all the puppeteering and stuff.
It's cool. They're really good at what they do.
Brian Henson played the crab.
Okay.
So he was actually directing that scene from the trash can, and unfortunately, some crew member thought it was an actual trash can and just threw a soda on him.
That's so funny.
He had to spend half the time directing covered in soda with a fucking hand and a puppet.
That's really funny.
It's like, I'm not fucking doing this anymore. I'm just fucking live action only.
Yeah, right. Oh, man.
So that was Happytime Murders. Unfortunately, I would, because I feel if I hadn't seen the trailer, it would have been a much funnier and more enjoyable movie. I give it C+, borderline B-. It would have been a solid B movie if I hadn't seen the trailers.
The tough part is that this movie is very watchable, right? It's a very watchable movie. But
if you were looking for something on Netflix or on,
Right.
and you already have HBO, like, don't go out of your way to pay money for this.
No.
But if you already have the service that it's going to be available on
Right.
very shortly, and you have 90 minutes and you just want to laugh,
yeah,
go for it.
yeah, it'll be fun.
It's a who gives a fuck type of laugh movie.
Right.
But if you want to actually see something quality along this lines, watch Team America War Police.
Yeah. Yes. That's exactly right.
So, because Happytime Murders, of course, is all Henson, Muppets, all that stuff, next week, we will be covering the original 1979 Muppet movie.
I love that movie. I love the Muppets in general.
I do too. You know, I realized watching this, and I sent it out on Instagram and social media. I love the Muppet Vision 3D in Hollywood Studios.
So do I.
It's very fun.
I mean, it's easy to say Tower of Terror is my favorite, Aerosmith. No, I would say that my current, I'm sure Star Wars is going to blow it out of the water, but my current favorite attraction is that. Like,
you never have to wait.
It's something I never miss.
Yeah.
Yep.
Normally, I throw a couple of Jack and Cokes on me at Tune-In Lounge while I'm charging my phone, head right over, and I giggle like a child. Like it's the first. It's so much fucking fun. Muppets are wonderful.
The other thing, it's the last thing that Jim Henson ever directed.
That production?
That production.
No shit.
That's, yeah.
Fun fact. Save it for next week.
I will.
All right. We will see you next week with the Muppet movie. Mike Wendt, Liam Stryker, Bill Neville. Hope you enjoyed this bonus episode. If you have any suggestions on what you'd like to hear from us, tweet us at Mike Wendt, at Liam NAI, at Bill Neville NAI, hashtag That Movie Show. And of course, all of our audio and video archives are at NewAgeInsiders.com. Bye.
Bye, everybody.